Hi, I'm John Spiegel, CTO for Security here at HPE Aruba Networking. And prior to joining HPE, I ran a large infrastructure team at a global retailer. And one of the more thorny, challenging, and stressful projects I ran was mergers and acquisitions. And mergers and acquisitions, it's all about time to value. The longer it takes for you to connect users, applications, data, and systems between your company and the company you're acquiring impacts time to value. And there's another challenge here too, because when an M&A kicks off, it's very likely that the legal team, the finance team, and most of the CXO suite is in the know. IT, on the other hand, oftentimes last to learn. But when the integrations process kicks off, it's very critical that IT get involved. But the challenge is they don't happen to know a lot about what is being acquired. And in terms of questions, they're going to be asking about what kind of infrastructure is running over here? What kind of security strategies do they have? What is the amount of technical debt? Is it a hill or is it a mountain? And then also, how good is the patching? How good is the hygiene over here at TargetCo? Are they doing a good job? Or is there a vulnerability that could trip us up? Perhaps a bad guy waiting here for that integration to take off. Because what you're doing is you're extending your attack surface across both of these companies. Now, traditionally, how we've connected companies in the past was that we would acquire a VPN device and grab a firewall, put them on both sides, and then start punching holes through the security devices to interconnect both of these companies. And by doing so, you're extending out your attack surface. You're making it possible for lateral movement between the two organizations. And you're opening yourself up potentially to a breach even before the paperwork is signed on that M&A. Now imagine a new solution, something better, that will help you overcome these challenges, that will give you an advantage in your next M&A. It's a technology called Security Service Edge, or commonly known as SSE. With SSE, we can leverage zero trust principles to deliver surgical connections between these two companies. There's no opening up of VPNs. There's no opening up of firewalls. It's a very simple process to start. It begins by opening up or installing what we call a connector. This is a lightweight piece of software that would be deployed in TargetCo's data center. What it allows us to do is direct traffic to assets, servers, systems, data that we need in order to get this M&A moving quickly. So let's build this out. Say, for instance, we've got a server over here, call it a finance server that we need access to. That finance server is likely where a lot of the money is being made or reported into. And we need access to that. We got some folks over here in the finance department that are eager to understand how the company that we acquired is doing. We want to give them access in a method that doesn't open us up. So how can we do that? It's very straightforward with SSE. We connect in the connector here to the finance server. It is a surgical connection. It connects only to that finance server. Then we take it from the connector here, and we build out an outbound connection through the firewall. We're not opening ports inbound. We're moving outbound to the SSE cloud. And then finally, the user over here in finance will connect in to our SSE cloud. What does this allow us to do? It allows us to have complete control over this transaction. With SSE, we can start to ask questions around security policy. We can start to ask about the ID of that user. Do they exist in our IDP? We can start to look at the device and check the posture of that device. Is it a corporate device? Is it a bring your own laptop? Or is it a home device? Certainly, in this case, we want it to be a corporate device. And then we can also go granular on the application or data that we're requesting. We can take all of these items, run the calculation, and determine whether or not we want to grant access to that one and only application over here. This is really what you need for a merger and acquisition. It's the piece that will allow you to basically go from last to know to first to act. It puts IT in the driver's position. They go from being last to know to first to act. We're going to give them a big smile here, as well as a star. Well done, IT. With SSE, you've now gained control, audibility, as well as security. And you've done that all with speed. To learn more about what SSE can do for you and your organization, check out our website.